Hi, second graders. Happy first day of fall. Fall is my very, very favorite season. I love the cool weather. I love all the smells that I smell when I think of fall, like pumpkin and apple and bonfires and s'mores. It's just my favorite time. So I hope that you love fall as much as I do. I'm glad that it's the first day of fall. This past weekend was the perfect fall weekend, even though it wasn't quite fall yet. All right, so today we are going to continue reading some Tommy DePaula books. We read The Art Lesson last week. We read Nana Upstairs, Nana Downstairs yesterday. And both of those books were personal narrative books. They were books that Tommy DePaula had written about himself when he was a little boy. The book that we're going to read today is not about him as a little boy. It's just a made-up story or a fiction story that he wrote. And it is one of my favorites. It was my favorite when I was little, and it still is one of my favorite books of his today. It's called Strega Nona. And Strega Nona is about a woman who lives in a little village, and she has some magic that she does. And there is another character in this story named Anthony. And Anthony comes to help Strega Nona, but something happens and he doesn't listen to Strega Nona and he loses Strega Nona's trust. So let's read to see what happens. Strega Nona. Remember, Tommy DePaula is both the author and the illustrator of all the books that we have read of his. All right, here we go. In a town in Calabria is in Italy, a long time ago, there lived an old lady everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although all the people in town talked about her in whispers, they all went to see her if they had troubles. Even the priest and the sisters of the convent went, because Strega Nona did have a magic touch. She could cure a headache with oil and water and a hairpin. She made special potions for the girls who wanted husbands, and she was very good at getting rid of warts. But Strega Nona was getting old, and she needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden. So she put up a sign in the town square. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. "Anthony," said Strega Nona, "you must sweep the house and wash the dishes. You must weed the garden and pick the vegetables. You must feed the goat and milk her. And you must fetch the water. For this, I will give you 3 coins and a place to sleep and food to eat." "Oh, grazie." Grazie means thank you in Italian, said Big Anthony. "The one thing you must never do," said Strega Nona, "is touch the magic pasta pot." I misread that. It says, is touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable, and I don't let anyone touch it. "Oh, see, yes," said Big Anthony. And so the days went by. Big Anthony did his work, and Strega Nona met the people who came to see her for headaches and husbands and warts. Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat. One evening when Big Anthony was milking the goat, he heard Strega Nona singing. Peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing over the pasta pot. She sang, "Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up." And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and was suddenly filled with steaming hot pasta. Then Strega Nona sang, "Enough, enough, pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down, my pot of clay, until I'm hungry another day." "How wonderful," said Big Anthony. "That's a magic pot for sure." And Strega Nona called Big Anthony in for supper. But too bad for Big Anthony, because he did not get to see Strega Nona blow 3 kisses to the magic pasta pot. And this is what happened. The next day, when Big Anthony went to the town square to fetch the water, he told everyone about the pasta pot. And naturally, everyone laughed at him because it sounded so silly. A pot that cooked all by itself? You better go and confess to the priest, Big Anthony, they said. Such a lie. And Big Anthony was angry. And that wasn't a very good thing to be. I'll show them, he said to himself. Someday I'll get that pasta pot and make it cook and they'll be sorry. That day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought. Because 2 days later, Strega Nona said to Big Anthony, Anthony, I must go over the mountain to next town to see my friend Strega Amelia. Sweep the house and weed the garden. Feed the goat and milk her. And for your lunch, there is some bread and cheese in the cupboard. And remember, don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, yes, Strega Nona, said Big Anthony. But inside he was thinking, my chance has come. Do you guys think that's a good idea? I don't know. Let's see what happens. As soon as Strega Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta off the shelf, and put it on the floor. Now let's see if I can remember the words, said Big Anthony. And Big Anthony sang, Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup, boil enough to fill me up. And sure enough, the pot bubbled and boiled and began to fill up with pasta. Aha! Said Big Anthony, and he ran to the town square, jumped on the fountain, and shouted, Everyone, get your forks and plates and platters and bowls. Pasta for all at Strega Nona's house. Big Anthony has made the magic pasta pot work. Of course, everyone laughed, but ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls. And sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's, the pasta pot was so full, it was beginning to overflow. Big Anthony was a hero. He scooped out pasta and filled the plates and platters and bowls. There was more than enough for all the townspeople, including the priests and the sisters from the convent. And some people came back for 2 and 3 helpings. But the pot was never empty. When all had their full, Big Anthony sang, Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. But, alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses. He went outside, and to the applause of the crowd, Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to complaints from everyone that he didn't, not complaints, compliments. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone that he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling. Until a sister from the convent said, Oh, Big Anthony, look! And pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Strega Nona's house and was coming out the door. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted, The magic words again! But the pot kept bubbling. He took the pot off the floor, but pasta kept pouring from it. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and put it on the pot and sat on it. But the pasta raised the cover and Big Anthony as well, and spilled on the floor of Strega Nona's house. How do you think Big Anthony is feeling right now? Stop! Yelled Big Anthony. But the pasta did not stop. And if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. The pasta had all but filled the little house. Out of the windows and through the doors came the pasta, and the pot kept right on bubbling. The townspeople began to worry. Do something, Big Anthony, they shouted. But Big Anthony sang the magic song again. But without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By this time, the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the people were running to keep ahead of it. Uh-oh. We must protect our town from the pasta, shouted the mayor. Get mattresses, tables, doors, anything to make a barricade. But even that didn't work. The pot kept bubbling, and the pasta kept coming. We are lost, said the people. And the priests and the sisters of the convent began praying. The pasta will cover our town, they cried. And certainly it would have, had Strega Nona not come down the road home from her visit. She didn't have to look twice to know what had happened. She sang the magic song and blew 3 kisses. And with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling, and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, Crossie, thank you, Strega Nona," the people cried. But then they turned on poor Big Anthony. "String him up!" the men of the town shouted. "Now wait," said Strega Nona. "The punishment must fit the crime." And she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot," Strega Nona said. "And I want to sleep in my little bed tonight. So start eating." And he did. Poor Big Anthony. The end. So in your writing for this morning, I want you to write a few sentences about the kind of person you think Strega Nona is, and then a few sentences about the kind of person you think Big Anthony is, and draw a picture of both of them. So I'll say that one more time. For your assignment this morning, what you're going to bring to the meeting with Mrs. Fields, you are going to draw a picture of Strega Nona and Big Anthony, and you're going to write 2 to 3 sentences telling me about the kind of person Strega Nona is, and then you're going to write 2 to 3 sentences telling me the kind of person Big Anthony is. I would love for you to use text evidence. So for example, some sentence you could say is, Strega Nona is a forgiving person because she gives Big Anthony a second chance. That would be evidence. Or Strega Nona is a trusting person because she leaves Big Anthony alone with her magic pasta pot. Those are just 2 ideas. But I want you to tell me what kinds of characters they are or their character traits, and give me some examples. All right, I will see some of you in the afternoon for our small group meeting. For everyone else who I'm not going to see today, I will see you on Wednesday. Have a fantastic day. I hope the learning goes well, and I hope you enjoy learning about money. We're going to start talking about money today, and it just gets me really excited. I think money is really cool, and I hope that you do too. Bye.